All right, so okay, we'll talk about this. We're gonna get into really deep into this. So append skill upgrade. They're adding in two new append skills.
内容をご紹介したいと思います。全部で2つありまして、まず1つ目はこちらとなります。
So the first append skill is the critical up, 20 to 30%. Remember those applause, by the way. Remember them. And then we have skill charge, so it decreases a skill count, so that's really good, right? So okay, all right, now let's talk about this because this is the controversial news announcement during this anniversary. This is the most controversial, right? So as you guys know, or if you don't know, append skills require servant coins. How do you get servant coins? By getting multiple copies of a servant or leveling up their bond. So basically, what you need is MP level 8. You basically need 3 additional copies, and you also need to bond your servant to 15, which does take a while to do. But I think what everyone is more mad about is the MP level. So like, how do we get more coins? They never really fix how we can get more coins for these servants. They've been saying, hey, we're gonna fix a way to do something about these coins, but they haven't really done that yet. And we all kind of expected them to announce something during this anniversary regarding the coins. And especially after they announced this, we kind of like, oh, maybe they're going to announce about the coin system. Are they going to do anything about it? So that's what everyone is kind of mad about. Now, everyone at the venue where I was when they announced this, everyone was actually super excited about it. Obviously, online, not only JP and English players, they were kind of, it's trending right now. Like literally, append skill is trending. MP8 is trending right now on Twitter in Japan, and it just like it might sound it does seem greedy in a way, and it really sucks because I mean there are a lot of you guys that are completionists, and I completely understand that, but a lot of the JP players that I've met at these events or at the events, like a lot of them have multiple copies of these servants, which is the crazy thing, because it's their Oshis. Like I said this on a tweet, but I said on the tweet, a lot of female fans like to use their Oshis more than being efficient when it comes to FGO, and I've noticed that a lot of these players in Japan have way more copies than needed for FGO. Like they have like their secondary box is filled with multiple copies, which is pretty crazy. So obviously, those who have multiple copies of their favorite servants, they're happy because they can focus on one servant. But those who are trying to focus on multiple servants, obviously, like that's a lot. That's a lot to take in, right? But again, I've met people here in Japan at FGO Fest that have multiple copies of the same servants. Like literally, like I'm not saying only MP5. I mean like literally MP20, MP15, MP10. Like I've seen multiple players that have multiple copies of their favorite servants, which is obviously crazy to think if you think about it. But that's how much they love that servant. Now, am I happy about this? I'm 50-50. I mean, I think it's cool that they added in new append skills, but again, I do agree that they should have kind of fixed the whole the servant coin system. I really wish they kind of fixed that part. Because servant coins, obviously, they're really hard to farm, and not only that, welfare servants. It's really hard to level up welfare servants now. Like, how are you supposed to get more coins for them? So, it's kind of a rough spot right now. Like, I wish that they announced something that fix the coins. Like they at least do something about it, But they didn't announce it, which was something that I feel like really hurt them here. Now, again, like I've already seen like Plushie's video. I've seen people on Twitter talk about it, and again, like I'm not against what they're saying. I agree with them in some way, but yeah, it's just I wish they did something here. I really do. But as someone that like yeah, I will. I do whale in FGO and dolphin, whatever. But as someone who doesn't really like to like go for MP5, like you guys know this. Like I don't go for MP5. I'm happy with one copy of a servant. If I really want to MP2 them, I'll MP2 them. But I'm more than happy with one copy of a servant, and I don't really go all out when it comes to like append skills or level 120 and and bond 15 or stuff like that. I'm when it comes to gameplay, I'm more of a casual player, and I only really focus on the story. That's just how I play FGO. I understand there are players out there that really love the gameplay of FGO and they focus on that more than anything than the story. But yeah, that's just how I feel about gameplay wise. So like to me, that's why I'm 50-50 on this. Like yeah, I kind of wish they did something about the servant coins, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna really focus on it anyway. So like whatever is kind of thing. So, but yeah, like Japanese players, I do think it's kind of 50-50 right now as well because again, I've seen players at the event that are super excited about this. But then again, when I go online on Twitter, I see a lot of people like, oh, I need MP8s, I need Bond 15. Like it's 50-50. Like there's people that are happy, then there's people that are not happy. So yeah, like I can't really. Again, I'm not going to say too much about this, but I do think they should have done something about the servant coins. I really do. But I do think they will after getting all the backlash right now that they're getting, and like I'm pretty sure they're planning to do something. Like they always do this. They always do something. They always add something, and then later on they'll fix it some way. I feel like they'll do it somewhere later this year. Maybe I just don't know when. Maybe New Year's. I don't know. So hopefully we'll get something in the future. But we can't disagree, right? Like, I think we can all agree these append skills are really good. I think that we can agree on, right? Like the crit up is really good. The skill charge is really good. I mean, it makes the servants just do more crit damage, and then it also cools down, the skill count, right? Like this helps like servants like Arquade so much. So, I mean, if you can save your coins for these, I would do it for these. These are just really, really good append skills.